world of smartphone photography and videography is changing. It's become more and more competitive, and there's many brands now competing for that top spot. So that does mean that it is a lot harder to make unique and individual content on these devices. However, it's changed. The main goal for me now is to create a story, to paint that picture of how that phone makes you feel when you shoot with it, what unique and colourful shots you can take and shoot, as well as post-production edits and AI features. These devices can really inspire you to go outdoors and take some photos or record some videos. So now the idea of this video is to paint a journey of what one of the most truly stunning smartphone innovation brands out there is, and that's the Xiaomi 14 Ultra and its Leica and Xiaomi collaboration. Throughout many different countries and many different times a day, this device has helped me capture some of those truly memorable moments that will stay with me forever. And that's what the smartphone camera is all about. Just look at the natural detail levels on this shot. Not over sharpened, just the tiniest bit of noise to add that Leica look and feel into the image. Or this one here where you've got those filters that normally on a camera phone you don't bother about, but on the Xiaomi they just add such a different look and feel to the image that you have to use them to get that look you're after. Macro photography is one of those things that when you get into it and when you start doing it, it absolutely transforms the smartphone camera experience. The different composition of shots, that really high contrast blurred background look just adds so much personality to the shots that you take. The high quality lenses and the large sensors allow for such a natural depth of field. Look at the bokeh on this shot here, not overdone but really natural looking while still holding the detail in the shots. Still a lack of over sharpening, which is really good. It just gives a more natural rendition of those plants and flowers, while colour reproduction seems to be really accurate but still giving the image enough character to really stand apart from the other competition. Using one of those Xiaomi filters sometimes really helps you paint the picture of that scene that you're after. Look at the details on this shot working nicely with that colour profile being used. Just adds a really nice retro looking look and feel to the image that suits the time of year and the time of day perfectly. I'm still shooting in the standard auto mode on the Xiaomi, and it really demonstrates how much of that Leica collaboration is incorporated into the everyday smartphone camera experience. Look at the bokeh on this plant, again using that highlight of a lens for me, that 3.2 1.8 apertured smartphone lens. It's a masterpiece in smartphone photography. Look at the picture painted scene here. Look at the colour, look at the contrast, and look at the natural rendition of this shot at about 10 to 15 times zoom range, using that larger 5 times zoom lens on the Xiaomi. In good lighting conditions, you can still get some extremely detailed and well preserved shots from that lens. Of course, this camera and this smartphone are not immune to their issues. And you can see here with that 5 times zoom lens that once you get past the 15 times zoom mark, the results can start to struggle. Not very sharp, not very detailed, and also sometimes some issues with contrast. It seems to overdo the contrast and saturation even when shooting in Leica authentic mode. I'm going to be honest, I'm not one for ultra wide photography on a smartphone. It doesn't really suit that look and style that I go for. However, on this phone, it is a real highlight here. You can tell that some serious time, effort, and image processing has gone to making that the same level of lens in conjunction with the others. It still creates that amazing look and feel to your image without any noticeable lack of detail in good lighting conditions. While we're talking about the slight issues with this device, you can see that high dynamic range and highlights are often blown out on the Xiaomi. This is a negative, but it's also a positive, because if you get it right, it still does add to the character of this device. But I have to say, compared to likes like Huawei and Vivo, dynamic range is definitely weaker on this device, and it'd be nice if we could still capture that look and feel of the image, but have a slightly more controlled light intake and environment. Just every time I go out with this device, it makes me want to pull that phone out of my pocket and try and create something unique and different. And that is what a smartphone camera should do. Look at this shot here. Just a simple back to basics shot that anybody can do, but it still gives you so much personality. Same here, look at the details on this, the natural rendition. It just creates such a unique and versatile image that looks stunning. Compared to a lot of devices, night shots and low light shots can look a lot less sharp and detailed. However, they are still detailed, it just doesn't have that fake sharpening applied all of the time. It still creates that really unique look and feel, even in those lighting conditions, with the main camera at least. The telephoto lenses do fall behind some of the strongest photo competition in 2025. Some smartphones struggle to capture green and reds, and the rendition of those colours is not accurate. However, it's a real strong point on Xiaomi devices. It really captures it how the eye saw it, and it's such a nice colour contrast without any kind of bleeding, nice striking but natural colours. And of course you can change the look and feel of this image using those filters without losing that fantastic personality of the image. I just find myself 9 out of 10 times using that 3.2 times telephoto lens. That natural background compression that it gives you, the framing of the shots, and a fantastic quality that it offers just makes me want to use it all of the time. The consistency between the lenses in good lighting conditions is still a real strong point here. You feel like you can shoot at any sort of zoom range or any focal length within the camera's capabilities to get a truly stunning, unique, but also consistent image. I hope you like this slightly unique and slightly different video. Let me know what you think below. Like, comment and subscribe. It makes a big difference to help this channel grow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This video is not sponsored. These opinions are my own only. No brand has been given any input or editorial access, so you're seeing it alongside them for the first time.